Record. Beautiful. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? Awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. We are going to be having calls every Sunday with different topics. Next week, if you have not had the opportunity to watch Tamara coach somebody through a limiting belief and actually dig up what the truth is, like I highly recommend that you come, bring all the people. It's going to be amazing. And then for today, we are going to be diving into our vision a little bit. So is there anyone here who has like never done anything like this and you're like, okay, cool, beautiful. Okay, I love that. And so what we're going to be basically doing today is just getting really, really clear on the direction that we want to start pointing our ship to, right? Like, can you imagine if you got into a giant ship and you didn't put anything in the map, you just like let it go out to sea, you'd probably get lost, right? And it's like that saying, like, if you aim at nothing, you can't be mad if you get what you ask for, right? And so a lot of the times people think that vision work is a little woo-woo. So if that's you, that's okay. We're going to get into a little bit of like why vision work is so important. So really, when you think about it, everything starts in the mind, right? Before the car was invented, it was first the thought, and then it had to be put onto paper. Before a house is built, it's first the thought, and then it has to be put into a blueprint, right? We don't start taking action on these types of things without getting super clear and detailed. And why writing down our vision is so important, you guys, is because it actually takes it from the imagination side of the brain over to the logical side of the brain when we write it onto paper. So you're actually 45% more likely to achieve the things that you write onto paper. And this was actually a study done at Harvard. Okay, so not so woo-woo now. We're starting to kind of see the pieces line up. And so we want to get really, really clear, first starting in the mind, like allowing ourselves to dream really big, right? Because maybe we've kept ourselves really small. And we're kind of getting like what we've been putting out there because we haven't been aware of how powerful this kind of activity is that we're about to do. So we're 45% more likely to achieve the things that we put on paper. And another really cool like sciencey fact before we dive in here, really truly dive in, for those people who are still like, I don't know if I'm convinced about this whole vision thing, is, sorry, we got more people coming in, is we have this thing in our brain called the reticular activating system. Has anyone here never heard of that? Do we know, we all know what the reticular activating system is? Okay, that's really exciting. So for those who are watching the call and they're like, no, wait, I don't know. The reticular activating system is a filtration system that we have inside of our mind that actually filters all of the information that is coming in. Because if we were actually to pick up everything going on around us all the time, our brain would not be able to handle it and it would actually implode. So like, thank you for the reticular activating system. We need this. Now, what's really fascinating about this little filtration system is if it's only picking up a portion of what we're actually seeing, what is it picking up? It's actually picking up what we're telling it to look for. So if you go out in the world and you think that the world is full of jerks, guess what you're going to find? If you go out in the world and you believe the world is full of lack, guess what you're going to find? If you go out in your business and you believe it's hard, guess what you're going to find? Right? So whatever story we're telling it to look for is the story that we are going to see. Now, if you go out in the world looking for amazing people, guess what you're going to find, right? If you go looking for opportunity, guess what you're going to find? The thing is both exist all at the same time, right? We know this, that lack and abundance exist all at once, right? We can probably think of a few things off the top of our mind right now where you can see people living in extreme abundance and you can see people living in lack, right? So they're both there. It's what we choose to focus on. And maybe before we get into our vision work here, this is something that needs to be shared. I feel like it does, is because I think that some of us struggle with abundance. Does anyone have that like fear of success or fear of like having a lot when there are people out in the world that maybe don't have very much? Because that was one that I struggled with. And definitely because I was putting that out there, I was giving all these mixed signals in the world. Like, I'm like, I want this big life, but like, I'm afraid of it. And so I'm getting like these mixed signals and I couldn't figure it out. And then finally I realized, and hopefully this will help you too, is that no amount of you struggling is going to help somebody else out of struggle. Yeah. Right. And when you're in overflow, when you have, guess what? You get to give and you get to give freely. And it's the most beautiful thing. And so if you have a little bit of that block with money, because how many people grew up with limiting money talk around the house? Yeah. So we are going to talk about money today. So we got to put this out there because, like I said, that reticular activating system, if you're like, I want abundance, but I feel bad having money. Right? Do you see how we're sending out these mixed signals and maybe we're getting like we're getting this mixed thing back in, right? So we have to get clear about this kind of stuff. So for those of you who grew up maybe where like, the money is the root of all evil or money is bad, let me just say that the love of money above all other things is the root of evil. When you're willing to hurt other people or step on other people for money is bad. But money is just a tool. It's not good or bad. It's whoever has the money in their hands gets to choose what that gets to be, right? Yeah. So money is actually a really, really beautiful gift. And I know that I've lived both realities in my life, in lack and in abundance. And I cannot believe how much, yes, good people with money do good things. Yeah. And what I found is that when you're in overflow, like, oh my gosh, let me tell you, most of our issues, I think, comes from stress around money, right? It causes relationships to blow up. It causes us to be stressed out, like when we have to say no to the things that bring us joy. And so it's not about the money. It's about what does the money do in your life? So when we're doing this vision work today, like you're going to make it whatever you want to make it. And that's so beautiful. But I just really wanted to get clear on that money is actually just the tool. It's not actually the thing. Yeah. Has anyone here had any experience with breath and with this kind of stuff before? Is anyone brand new to the, okay, yay. I love both. Okay, we are going to dive in. So maybe not you, Melanie, because you're driving. I'm like, don't close your eyes, girl. You keep your eyes on the road. I'm going to guide you in the body and I'm going to guide you out of the mind. And the reason that I'm going to do this is because the mind is designed to keep us safe, which is a beautiful thing, but the mind likes to look for risk, danger, how we're going to get hurt, right? It's like always on the lookout for that kind of stuff. So it's really hard to like make an abundant vision when you're carrying like a lifetime of maybe lack stories, limiting beliefs, right? Fear of standing out. Yeah, right? I know. This is the thing. I've done a lot of work with a lot of people and we always think that it's like fear that we're not enough. But when we actually dig into it, we're afraid of how much we really are. We're afraid of our light. We're afraid to be too bright, too rich, too beautiful, too like, right? Too out there. Yeah. Can we just like throw that belief right out? And can we understand that our light just like ripples out into the world and shows other people to stand in their light, and that shows other people, and that shows other people, and that shows other people? Like your light can never take away someone else's light. It just spreads more light. So that's like the most beautiful thing. So we're going to love ourselves also through all of this, because maybe you've never heard any of this stuff and you're just learning about the reticular activating system and how important it is to be clear and all that kind of stuff. After we do this vision work today, you're still going to have things come up. I've been doing this work for like years and years and years, and I still have to like give myself grace when those limiting thoughts come up, when I'm afraid to step into that light. Okay, it's very normal. So just love yourself through it. So much grace. And I am so excited to dig in. So if you have a paper and a pen, before I guide you in the body and out of the mind, because we want to get out of those limiting beliefs, before we get into that like juicy place, I like to call it, because embodiment is just so juicy. What we're going to do is I want you to kind of write down the thoughts that you have around certain things from this mindset that you're in right now coming in. Okay. And then we're going to kind of rewrite things after we get in the body, because I want you to really see the contrast. Okay. So if you have your pen and paper, I want you to write money is, and then I want you just to write it like whatever comes to mind. No one else is going to be looking at it. It doesn't have to make sense. Just money is, and go.
There's a world outside my door. I don't know it anymore. I'm gonna stay here now. I'm gonna stay here now. Close the curtains, cut the lights. March the darkness in my mind. It's gonna take me down. It's gonna take me down. All the roads I've been before. Same mistakes, always got me shaking. And all the signs I once ignored in my denial, I didn't want to face them. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I accept all the things that I cannot change. Gone are the dark clouds, the dawn has come. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. There's a world outside my door. I force my feet down to the floor. I'm gonna make it out. I'm gonna make it out. Take a breath and say a prayer. Find the strength in my
And if you're all done, money is, and it's okay if you're not done, just keep writing. If you can, if it's coming out, let it out so that you can see how you've been sending these signals out, okay? If you're all done with money, then I want you to put success is, and then just write it out, whatever is coming out. There's no right or wrong. No one's looking at it. No one's gonna grade you on it.
I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I accept all the things that I cannot change. Gone are the dark clouds, the dawn has come. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. All the pain in my sorrow won't change today, only ruin tomorrow. Oh, oh, all the pain in my sorrow won't change today, only ruin tomorrow. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I accept all the things that I cannot change. Gone are the dark clouds, the dawn has come. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Beautiful. Okay, if you're all done those, and it's okay if you're not, just keep writing whatever is flowing freely. that the next question is, how does it feel standing fully in my power? Truly think about this. How does it feel standing fully in your power, in your magic, in your fullest express self?
Cause I know what I am here for. I keep on trotting on my own path, keep on learning from my present and past, yeah. When I no longer need validation, cause my story is long and I'm patient. I know that I have lessons to learn. Keep my eyes open each step I earn, yeah. No need for me to feel alone, cause I got a place that I call home. Every single road travel, every single new place, I come back home, they accept me with grace, yeah. When I know that I was meant to be here, and I know that I was born into fear, but I will stand tall in the lion's den, cause I know in my heart I am one of them. That there are lies in the facets of everything that we see, that are telling us to be scared when all we ever are is free. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me no more, cause I am holy and sacred and righteous and true, and I deserve to be here, and so do you. Said I deserve to be here. But I'm in a constant transition, constantly changing vision. Story never certain, there is always a revision to be made. When I think about the demons I have slayed, I am not afraid of confrontation in vain. To the people that seek evil, not as peaceful as I look. With a warrior at heart, so precaution must be took. What I'm trying to give in to the lessons that will soften my ways and means of changing, cause I talk to spirit often. Tell me to stay sharp, tell me to stay present, tell me to ignore the fools and focus on the sin. Well, I said I will starve my ego and I will remain strong. I will make mistakes and I will often be wrong. When I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm only here to learn, and all the evil on the path gets burned. I said I'm perfectly imperfect and I'm only here to learn, and all the evil on the path gets burned. That there are lies in the facets of everything that we see, that are telling us to be scared when all we ever are is free. I'm letting go of the things that don't serve me no more, cause I am holy and sacred and righteous and true, and I deserve to be here, and so do you.
Is there anyone that has had anything come out that has been surprising to you, that's been a thought in there? Yeah, I know. I felt the same way when I walked myself through this. Right? Yeah. So you can see, like, if we're picking up what we believe, how we're getting what we're putting out, and sometimes we don't even know that we're putting that out there. And that's why it's really good to get clear on it, because once we bring it to the light, it doesn't have power over us anymore, right? Those like little hidden things that we maybe have carried, like, if I'm too successful, people won't like me, or I'll lose people if I'm too much of this or too much of that, or not enough of this, like wherever we fall. And the thing is we all have these thoughts, right? We're human. Okay, so if you didn't get to finish writing, please come back to it and do this exercise as often as you need if you feel like you're getting mixed results in a certain area when it comes to money or love, or anything that maybe you're like dealing with. Like, write out, okay, what do I actually believe about this, and get clear. Okay, so for this next part, I'm going to bring you kind of out of the mind and into the body with a little bit of light meditation, light breath. So the breath pattern that we're going to be doing today, we're not going to be doing anything crazy. We're just going to be doing a nice deep inhale and a deep exhale, and just kind of creating like a nice, beautiful loop and a flow. And really, I want you to think about how often maybe something doesn't go our way or something shocking, like how often we hold our breath. We breathe very shallow, right? It's not a very expansive place. So When you're doing this breath, I really want you just to imagine the expansion that is taking place in your lungs, in your heart, in your body, that room that you're creating. And that will allow you to just deepen that breath. The mind loves to get very active when we breathe because the mind, the ego, loves to live in the past and it loves to live in the future, right? And so when we go to do any kind of meditation or breath work, the mind gets very loud because it feels like, oh my gosh, you don't need me anymore if you're in the present moment, right? So it might give you like your to-do list or all the things you should be doing. Just let them float by like clouds and just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay? Are you ready? Beautiful. If it feels good, just closing your eyes. And let's just take a nice deep cleansing breath together, in through the nose, out of the mouth. And before we start our breathing pattern, just giving thanks to the breath that has carried us and guided us. Noticing how your chest rises and falls naturally. And I just want you to imagine that a golden light is dancing down from the ceiling and dances in through the crown of your head. And as it dances past the mind, just allowing your mind to relax. As it dances past the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the jaw. Feel your face relax, feel your jaw unclench, remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. As this golden light dances in, down the throat, feel your throat open, knowing it is safe to speak your truth. As it dances past the shoulders, feeling your shoulders drop. As it dances into the heart, feeling your heart open. It dances now past the ribs into the belly, feeling that place of creativity expand. This sacred, beautiful space. Feeling the flow taking over as this light now dances past the hips. Feeling yourself sink even deeper into your chair, your bed. Noticing here the support that is underneath you, how supported you are in this very moment and how supported you are in all moments. This light dances down the legs. And as it comes out of the bottom of your feet, I want you to imagine golden roots taking over, filling the earth, and just pulling in that grounded, nurturing energy. And we are going to begin our breathing pattern now. Deep inhale, deep exhale. We're going to be here for just a couple minutes, so just sinking in to that, knowing it won't be very long. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It is safe to breathe. It is safe to expand. It is safe to shine your light. Feeling the expansion taking place with each breath, deepening that safety in the body. It is safe to step into your dreams. It is safe to create a strong vision. It is so safe to breathe. We're almost there. Keep going. And if it feels good, a deeper inhale and a deeper exhale, creating even more space to create more room for flow. So perfect. Keep breathing. As you continue to breathe, I want you to imagine your life as big as you can possibly imagine it. We're going to keep this breath flowing. We're going to embed this vision into every cell of our body. Keep breathing. The biggest life you can imagine. Where are you traveling? Who are you spending your time with? Where are you living? What kind of house do you live in? What are the floors like? What color are the walls? What does the view outside look like? Are you looking at mountains or lakes or a city? What kinds of food are you eating? What does your business look like? How does it feel? Knowing it is as big as you want it to be. What does your perfect day look like? Who are you helping with this abundance, with this overflow, with more than you even know what to do with? Who are you serving? Keep breathing. And imagine yourself now as the highest, grandest, most expressed version of you. Standing in your gifts, standing in your power. How does your energy enter the room? How do you impact other people's lives when you're standing in this version of you? A version of you who isn't afraid of what other people think. The version of you that you came here to be. Who were you before the world told you who to be? Imagine a life so big and so beautiful that you look back at the end of your life and you smile because you gave it everything you had. You didn't let the fear win. You didn't let other people's expectations win. You chose you. How does it feel standing in that knowing? How many people did you help along the way by shining your light and sharing your gifts? I want you to really feel into this vision. Keep breathing. Let's take a deep inhale in, holding at the top. It is safe to step into the highest, most expressed version of you. And I want you to let go as you breathe out any fear. And let's take another deep, deep breath in, holding at the top. It is more than okay to be seen. It is more than okay to stand in the light. But as long as you can, when you're ready, let it all out. I want you to remember this vision, this glimpse that we saw. Slowly returning to the space when you're ready. There is no rush. And if you want, you can start writing out whatever came up. You can get it onto paper. We're going to have a few more questions in a minute, but sometimes we need to brain dump. Remember, we are 45% more likely to achieve the things we put onto paper.
I wanna leave my footprints
Get it
on the
all out there.
sands of time. Know there was something that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know
I can feel when my mind starts to creep into doubt. On the days when the strength in my heart.
You want to continue just writing out your vision, that's beautiful too. But if you're looking for a prompt, I want you to write down what you believe your gifts are. What your gifts are, what you were naturally born with. And if you struggle in this area, I highly recommend asking somebody that you love and deeply trust.
Run into what I can't see. Fighting out of all my unbelief. Father, even in my song will be. I know you will always carry me. It's inevitable. Set your promise to play on repeat in my head. When you meet my anxiety, put it to death. Ever run into what I can't see. Fighting out of all my unbelief. Father, even in my song will be. I know you will always carry me. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
And maybe taking a minute to think about how you are going to start using your gifts more and sharing them with the world. The beautiful thing is we all have gifts that are unique. And when we start using our gifts that we're born with, that's when the real magic starts to happen.
When I was young, I tried to build a paper plane, but my head told me no. My parents sat me down and they tried to explain that I had some time to grow. But I stayed up all night until I got it right, and in the morning I screamed, hey, look, I made it. When I was young, I tried to build a paper plane, but my head told me no. But I knew I was special, and when I didn't believe, I'd remember the moments when my family's waiting for me. And if I had $1 from the ones that didn't believe, I could sail away and live my life at sea. 'Cause I made it. Yeah, damn, I made it. Oh, I made it. 'Cause I made it. Yeah, 'cause I made it. Yeah, damn, I made it. Oh, I made it. 'Cause I made it. Sometimes I think about why we do what we do, and the world tells us no. These walls were made to break, and I am breaking through. At times it's hard to show. And even though I'm scared, I know that I'm aware that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be.
Okay, and now for fun, I want you to imagine that you just had $500,000 deposited in your account. $500,000. What are you doing with the money? Write it out like it's yours today, right now. It's in there. What are you doing with it? Money is a beautiful tool.
Cause we made it, yeah, cause we made it, yeah, damn, we made it, oh, we made it, cause we made it.
$500,000. What are you doing with that money? I can tell you right now, I would be mortgage free. Yeah, is that what people are thinking? Yeah, right? Can you imagine no monthly payments? Well, I can imagine it. Like, why not get clear about that kind of stuff? We can get clear about this kind of stuff. It gets to be as big as we want to make it.
This is for you, my friend, who are waking up. You are beautiful and strong. You are wiser than you know. So when the
So when you guys all get emotional, you make me emotional.
I
love it.
To be the light.
So beautiful. I love the emotion when it hits. It really feels it.
You've come so far. Don't be afraid of the way you gotta go. You can relax. You are not alone. You can relax. You're not alone. Oh, brother, do you feel still lost in the dark? Oh, sister, can you hear the sound of your heart? Let it bring you back to now. You'll know why, you will know how. So when the darkness comes, that's fine. For you are light, go on and shine. And don't be ashamed of where you are. You've come so far. Don't be afraid of the way you gotta go. You can relax. You are not alone. You can relax.
Okay, we're gonna do one more little activity before I let you guys go. But after I let you go, keep expanding on this vision. Keep writing. If you have lots of stuff that you have in your mind that you want to get out, remember, we're moving to that side of the brain that's like, okay, how do we make this happen? Now it's not just something over here. It's like, this is how all things are created, right? From the mind and into the physical. Okay, we're going to do one more little thing. I'm going to get you guys to close your eyes one more time. This is just going to be like a minute long. Let's take a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I want you to imagine yourself walking across the stage as a royal crown diamond. This fully expressed version of you standing in your power, in your potential, this vehicle that allows you to tap into all of your other dreams. What outfit are you wearing? Who is in the crowd cheering you on? How does it feel knowing you did it? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. How are we feeling? Yeah, woo, I see some like wiping. You guys are all so beautiful. Or you should say you girls. Is there anybody that wants to share anything? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. We do not have to share. If you had something that you're like, oh my gosh, I had this realization I have to share with the group, you can. Or you can type it, or you can unmute yourself. You don't have to. Going once. Okay, yay. I asked to unmute you. I don't know if it worked.
Okay.
Oh,
There. Got it? We got it? Technology. Thank you for doing this. I always love these things. They're so great. When you got us to write out what success is, like the first thing, it really like got me right in the heart, because the first thing I wrote down was like hard work, like tired, like all of these things. And I'm like, dang, like, this is what I'm living and this is what I'm putting out there. And I know it can be easy. And I know it can be, because I'm living it right now. And like Diane taught me, oh my gosh, when I first started seeing her, right? Like, it comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, like whatever you put it in there. And I'm like, so I rewrote my success comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So thank you, Diane. I love that. Thank you very much. And thank you, Gloria, for just bringing this, because it's such a block. And for like, when you said, like, we can't help struggling people when we are struggling ourselves. Like that, I don't know. It's so crazy when you know, and then So I just wanted to say thank you for that. And yeah, there's always, always, always so many nuggets in all of these things. So thank you so very much. Yeah.
oh, thank you so much for sharing. Did anyone else kind of feel like that when they were writing out success is or money is, where you were like, oh, whoa, I've had this like limiting thought? Do you want to share? You don't have to, but oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna ask to unmute you, see if it works. Technology and me are not the best of friends. There we go.
It worked. No, when the money is one. Thank you again, Gloria. This is amazing. I actually wrote down, money is drowning me. And when I wrote that, I was like, what the heck? Money is drowning me. Because its debt is drowning, but it's the money, because I see that as, well, money is drowning me because I don't have it. But I was like, okay. So then when I rewrote success, which was interesting, because when you said success is, I didn't write anything negative down. I wrote all these, like, it's getting whatever, it's success is being able to have whatever I need to be proud, have a proud family. But then I wrote down success is only for those who are fully educated. And I thought, that's another one. I was like, no, you don't have to be fully educated to be successful. So yeah, I liked what you just said and what obviously Diane told you. Can you write it in the chat what you wrote down as your affirmation, Diane, that you taught Melanie? Because I would like to change a few of my things around. But yes, a few of those were like shocking as I was writing it, because when you're free flowing, you don't know what you're going to say.
Yes, this is why it's so good to get people with these questions before we get calm, like, because we are attracting our beliefs, right? Like our thoughts lead to our beliefs, lead to our actions, lead to our results. If we believe success is hard and grueling and bad, are we going to take the action towards success? No. And if we believe money is bad, we're going to sabotage those steps, right? And, I coached a girl where she wanted love in her life. And we did that. Love is, and just write it out. And it was, love is going to hurt me. Love is going to this, love is going to that. I'm like, do you see why you don't have it? Because you're protecting yourself, because those are your beliefs. And so we need to get clear about, like, what do we actually think about this? And how has that thought been holding us back? And so I recommend doing that. Like, if you aren't liking the result in like any area of your life, write out, like, what do I actually think about this? And just let it free flow. And you'll be amazed that, like, oh, wow, I actually am attracting everything that I am believing. Right? And we can change the cassette tape at any time, you guys. We do not have to keep playing these tapes. Like, for the longest time, I thought if I stand out, like if I stand in success or in my light, nobody's going to like me. Because when I was a kid, what happened when I got picked, or, I stood out, the other kids went not like me. And so I was like, I don't want to be not liked. I want to, like, just, be where everybody is. But that's killing us, because look where everybody is, right? 90% of people are not happy. Do we want to fit in with that? Oh, we love you. It's okay. I couldn't figure out how to make my own video work at the beginning. Thank you to those for your patience. Technology is not, like I said, my strong suit, but that's okay. We're working with it. But this is just the start of the work. Okay. I really want you to understand how powerful you are, how powerful your thoughts are, and that you can change them. Okay, Diane. Yes. Oh, look at your little hand raise. She's done this before.
I just want to add something. I do similar work to what Gloria does, and little different things. And I just kind of want to hit it home that it never ends. I'm on here today because of a situation that happened a couple of weeks ago that I was really struggling with. So that's why I'm here today, because I thought I need some help moving through. So don't think that you're never done. I mean, you're never done, because we're human and things crop up. So don't be afraid to re-examine this, even in another week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. Just use these questions and the breathing that you've talked about. This was amazing, Gloria. Thank you so much. And you did help me with my situation. So
oh, you guys are so beautiful. Thank you so much. And really, like, you are always just a few deep breaths away from feeling better. And I know that the mind is going to tell you, like, it's not going to help. It's not going to work. You've got all this other stuff that you got to do, but getting aligned and doing 20 minutes worth of work from an aligned place, from like an embodied, calm place, you're going to produce way more amazing things than if you work 10 hours a day from a place of stress. Yeah, we know truth when we hear it. We're like, oh yeah, that's right. Because success and happiness and love doesn't have to be hard. It gets to be ease. It gets to be joy. It gets to be amazing. So really keep digging in. And like Diane said, the work does not end here. I'm still working. Like last night, getting this call ready, I was like, wow, I can really see where I've been having these lack thoughts and feelings around my vision. And it's like, still, it surprises me, but we have to keep coming back to it all the time and keep it really, really in focus, and really set that in, like, Like we said at the beginning, what are you aiming for? And it, sometimes we don't land exactly on the vision that we set, but we land really dang close. And that's pretty freaking amazing. I'll never forget when I first started doing this work. I'll share this quick before I let you guys go. I wrote down I was going to make $8,888.88 a month because I wanted to make 100 grand. Because to me, 6 figures, I was like, I'm going to do it. And I would write it and I would budget it. I would budget it every day, you guys. Like I would budget like this is going to go to this bill. I'm going to save this. I'm going to invest this. When I got that number deposited, I'll never forget that feeling. I will never forget. And I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is real. And it is real, but it's because I kept it in such focus. I didn't write it down one time. And then, okay, well, that's a nice thought, but it's just that. No, I was like, this is happening. I want you to be that excited about your vision where we see it so clearly that it's like, yeah, this is it. This is happening. And I believe if it was put in there, it's for a reason. Yeah. Okay. So remember, your mind is going to believe whatever you feed it. Feed it love, feed it hope, feed it connection and abundance. Be open to your vision showing up, and it may not be the exact way you expect it. Yes, I always love to say too that, thank you, Diane, this or something better, right? Because like we make plans and God laughs. So I like to say this or something better, like, and when you know it, it's way better than I ever thought, right? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Thank you again so much for being here today and for being vulnerable and like going through all the exercises. You're so beautiful. So many blessings I am sending all your ladies' way. Go make those visions a reality and show other people. Okay, show other people that they can have it too, because that makes it way more fun when we bring people with us, right? Yeah. Mwah! Have a beautiful Sunday.